Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Konbanwa. We'll start our stream in just a few minutes. Hello and good morning. Konbanwa, konnichiwa. We'll start the stream in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome. Good afternoon, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, good afternoon, good morning from London. The stream will start in a few minutes. Please bear with us. Good morning from London. Konnichiwa. We'll start the stream in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining. Konnichiwa, good morning from London. We will start the stream in just a few minutes. Konnichiwa, good morning. We will start in a few minutes. Konnichiwa, good morning from London. Welcome to our live session for the CEATEC event. Usually, we would show you a lot of very nice demos on our stand, on our booth, but this year we're virtual. So I'm trying to find now, 40 minutes to show you a few videos of some of our best demos and to introduce you to the amazing things that Scandit can do for your enterprise. My name is Benjamin Hempel. I'm a solutions consultant for Scandit covering the Asia Pacific region. And I hope you find this interesting. Please use the Q&A chat button on the CEATEC website to reach out. If that does not work for you, you can also reach out on the YouTube live chat. But preferably, please reach out on the CEATEC Q&A chat. As you can see, we have subtitles in Japanese below. I hope those are good enough for you. Otherwise, you can always ask in Japanese on the Q&A chat. So who is Scandit? Scandit is a Swiss company. We're based in Zurich with 6 offices around the world. And we have very strong backing, strong founding capital from Atomico, G2VP, Google Ventures, NGP Capital, Salesforce Ventures, and Swisscom. We have well over 1,000 customers globally. We have a really strong partnership with Apple and with Samsung. And we are the preferred barcode scan technology provider for GS1. So if you work in healthcare, if you work in logistics or also manufacturing, you most likely heard of GS1 before. There's thousands of Scandit powered solutions out there with hundreds of millions active mobile devices and billions of scans per year. So while we are still a scaling up company, we already have a strong client base and very good technology. So what is it that Scandit does? Scandit empowers your smartphone, your smart devices, your drones, your robots to see and perceive the world. So perceiving barcodes is our strongest feature at the moment, reading text with optical character recognition, and very soon object recognition, so to not need a specific identifier on your objects. We also enhance this capability with augmented reality overlays. Scandit comes in 4 different products. We offer 2 software development kits, SDK, that you can run either on a native app directly on your phone or on a web app. So it can be opened in any browser. Brilliant for B2C. We also offer 2 turnkey applications, one keyboard wedge, so you can just install it as a virtual keyboard on your Android, iOS or Windows device, or enterprise browser, which works as a normal browser on your mobile device, iOS and Android, and then opens a website. Those 2 turnkey applications only need configuration, no integration. Here's our little brag sheet. So as you can see, we have quite an impressive client base. Our strongest area is retail, especially grocery. We have a really strong footing also in post-parcel, travel industry. We are growing a lot in utilities and field services, in manufacturing and healthcare. If you want to know more about some of our references, please check out our CEATEC website on the show website, or go to our Scandit homepage, scandit.com/JP for the Japanese version. We also have a lot of partners. So we support different development platforms. We have different consulting companies. I already mentioned Samsung and Apple are our biggest hardware partners. So as you can see, we're well connected in the different ecosystems. So you can use some of these pre-integrated solutions and some of our already done integrations to use our technology easily in your business. All right, that was me talking a lot about background information, who is Scandit. Let me start showing you a few demonstration videos. So first of all, I mentioned barcode scanning. Our biggest, strongest capability is barcode scanning on a smartphone. Very fast, very reliable. As a quick demonstration, usually on a show, we would show you our rotator, this time just as a video. So we have our normal smartphone. This is an iPhone 7. And we have EAN, JAN 13 barcodes, which are very quickly, very reliably scanned. As you can see, it picks it up instantly and doesn't miss a beat. Further, we offer different ways on how to scan. So if you now have a few products that you quickly want to capture, you can use our normal barcode scanner setup, as you can see it here with the laser line over the middle. So you use the full screen to give a lot of depth and overview over it. There's a Scandit case, so there are cases which reflect the camera and the LED to the front to create a experience that's very similar to what you do with a normal laser line scanner. But our key advantage is our additional technology called Matrix Scan. Matrix Scan scans all barcodes in front of it. You can see quickly scans these barcodes in front of the camera, tracks them, and recognizes them. So amazing fast speed for batch scanning. Scanning a lot of products and making sure you got all of them properly. And why is our technology so amazing? Because we use newest technology, machine learning algorithms to improve our products. And we also have our most reliable employee, Terry, our robot in the Zurich lab, who does nothing but scanning barcodes day and night to make sure that this software works properly. Now, we've established what Scandit does is we have established what our technology can do, but only theoretically. Let me show you now a few videos with a few of our demonstrations of how you can use our technology, so barcode scanning, matrix scanning, OCR together, first in retail. So the first use case I would like to show you is shelf management. What we're doing here is we scan, using Scandit matrix scan, all the barcodes, the shelf and labels, and we track the barcodes, we look up live what's the information, and you can then overlay information like here the stock level over the barcode. So instead of scanning once, looking at what's the stock level, your workers in a retail store can walk across the aisle and directly see with augmented reality what is available on the shelf. And that could be stock information, it could be tasks, whatever you think is helpful to them. So here I just walk around, I can see the different stock levels, I can go further in so we realize how big the barcode is, and you can then, for example, bring up a menu. Customer facing, you can, for example, have a filter view of your store. Here we're using the example of an allergy checker. So we directly overlay whether a product has a certain allergen. So very easy, very intuitive. If you have multiple products on a shelf and clients want to quickly check which product is right for me. So here, very nice, very like a digitally enhanced image of your store and of your products. So these are just two ways how Scandit technology can be used in a retail store. You can also use these augmented reality overlays, as I said before, to look at tasks, to look at coupons, to show more enhancing animations, to really get your customers in your retail stores to interact more with your brand and with your product. So it could be product information or similar. So as you see, I'm moving quite fast here today through the different verticals. So I'm trying to give you a good overview of what Scandit can do. If you ever have any questions to any specific slides or videos, please jump on our Q&A chat and let us know. Now, a lot of the things I'm going to show you now for post, parcel and logistics also applies to back of the house for retail. So for example, receiving goods, sending goods, e-commerce applications on in retail, which is, of course, with the current environment, very, very strong, very fast growing. So while I am talking here about post, parcel and logistics, please remember a lot of these use cases are also relevant for back of the house retail. So here you can see I can quickly do a standard use case for Post parcel, I have a parcel here, I have multiple barcodes. I can just aim my phone at these barcodes. I don't really have to think about which barcode do I have to scan, because we automatically pick up all of them and select the one that's important. And you can do this on, very affordable smart devices. You can then either just have an electronic confirmation that the parcel was delivered, or you can quickly gather a signature for your delivery. So this replaces a lot of dedicated, expensive scanning devices that you might have in your ecosystem, in your environment, with smartphones, consumer devices, which are a lot more affordable, or they can enable gig workers. So you do not actually have to supply them with a device. Your gig workers, your employees, can just use their own smartphones to run these kind of applications to perform their tasks. So that was all like very simple. Now let's look at something more complex, like for example sorting. So here we are using Scandit matrix scan to scan all the parcels in front of the person loading it, and we can quickly overlay which parcels should I take. So the parcels in green would be the ones I actually want to take, and it also tells me in which order, so that I can load the van intelligently and perform my operations more efficient. I can also quickly check for updates on this delivery. Is there anything new that I should be aware of and I have to do an action upon? So as you can see, especially the one with the different routes overlaid, this can also be used for manual sorting. So sorting out which parcels go into the van and which ones should not, and double checking, do I have the right parcels that I want to take? So it also helps you to avoid missorting or a parcel going into the wrong van or to the wrong person. Now, as I said already, we're moving quite fast here. So if you have any questions, please use the Q&A chat, and I will then directly answer this live on the stream. We also have some dedicated time at the end of the stream to answer more questions. So I'll just give you a second to see whether there are any questions yet. Sorry, I'm using my phone in parallel to check. Okay, none so far. Well, I hope I'm gonna hear some soon. Let's go to manufacturing. So manufacturing applies to any kind of manufacturing, from small scale to large scale enterprises. Scandit can help you with different aspects of it. Directly the manufacturing process, so where it's about producing the goods. Asset plant maintenance, so keeping your plant running at peak efficiency, but also aftercare. Once your products go out into the market, how can you interact with your customers and how can they interact with your products? So just a few videos. So here you can see it's a simple manually process here. But before you, sorry, let me try this again. So we're going to show you a simple manual process here. But what does it start with in manufacturing? Manufacturing starts with, you nearly always need certain goods to start manufacturing. So we start at the receiving end. So here I'm really sorry, I'm having some technical issues here. Let me try this again. There we go. So here we're using the smartphone to capture this multi-barcode label in one go. So I do not have to think about, the user doesn't have to think about which barcodes do I need. Do I have to scan one after another? They don't have to aim. They just hold their phone, smart device, quickly over it, scan all the barcodes. And because Scandit also supports scanning text, we can also capture non-barcoded information in this one scan to make sure you have all the information you need from that palette. Then once all of these received goods are on the shelf and you want to start your manufacturing process, you might have some manual sorting, you might have some Kanban boxes to be filled. So you want to double check, do I have the right parts from the shelf before I, have them ready and bring them to the manufacturing line. So I can quickly check here in a split screen, that's the list I need. I can confirm I picked all the goods that I need. Here I can double check, okay, these are all the Kanban boxes I use in my process now. I'm consuming this material, super easy to capture. And then, of course, this is not a car, but a simple smoke detector. But again, I can double check, do I have the right parts? I can quickly reorder them. If I need a new spare part or if I need new manufacturing materials, I can quickly go over here. I'm using search and find capabilities to scan a lot of boxes at the same time and show our worker which one is the box they should pick to use for repairs, for replenishment, whatever the use case. I can also then do quality control or instructions. So by quickly scanning a part or a finished product, I can double check, have all quality checks been done, has the part been correctly installed. So if you have multiple barcodes from different parts that need to align in a certain way, you can check that. And one thing to mention, here we are showing code 128 barcodes. Scandit also supports direct part marking, DPM codes, which are small data matrix codes etched or lasered onto a surface, and we support that out of the box on any device. So you do not need a specialized scanning system to scan those anymore. So here we finish our quality control and register that digitally. So there we go, very tiny barcodes. DPM barcodes. So actually, let me go back and pause there. Like, I'm not sure if you can see it. I find it really challenging to really even see that on this video. And this is a good video here. This is the small barcode on the part. That's like smaller than the thumbnail of your pinky. And we, as you can see, easily pick that up and register it. We can also, as mentioned before, register text. So if you have parts that do have a serial number etched on it in text, we can scan that as well. One caveat, at the moment, Scandit only supports Western 1 characters. We do not support kanji, hiragana or katakana yet, but we're working on it. Also here, quickly registering which parts, which boxes are on each side, just to really speed up that process of registering it. And then when you go into your packing process, so once you manufactured your goods, you put them in a box, you quickly double check that all the right boxes are in that bigger box so that it can be, that you can rely on that the right goods and the right amounts have been sent to your customers, to your warehouse, or wherever else you want to send it to. Okay, let me quickly do another pause here to check with my colleagues. Please, if you have any questions to retail, post-parcel, logistics, manufacturing, or overall for Scandit, please use the Q&A on the CEATEC website or use the YouTube live chat to ask me questions. I'll just quickly wait for feedback from our questions team. Seems like you're still all holding out. You're keeping your tough questions for later. I'm looking forward to them. All right, moving on to the next step of field services. So field services applies to utilities companies maintaining big infrastructure, big assets in the field, but also to aftercare. So if you manufacture a product, you might want to take care of it after. So this could also apply to a car manufacturer or a computer manufacturer that wants to do aftercare for their products. Now, let me quickly show you what we can do there. So quite often when you do aftercare, so there we have a smoke detector again, you quite often need parts. So a key thing is when you start loading your van or your car, before you go out, you quickly want to double check you have all the parts, all the inventory in your van that you need. You want to double check that you pick the right things again to have in that van or motorcycle or whatever car, mobile device, whatever mode of transport you're using. So then you load all of that in and it's all registered. Because a big thing for field services companies is you have a lot of spare parts, but you don't know where they are. They're distributed between your hubs, between your depots, warehouses, and your different vans, and maybe even customer locations. So here you can also then do for example, if I leave these spare parts at a customer's because I know I have to repair things there regularly, I can quickly double check. And now I'm like, okay, I need to do a repair. Which parts do I need to take? And again, we can quickly show your field services worker which part to take with them to perform the necessary task. Again, I can scan characters, so if there's not a barcode on the asset, I can quickly use text. Or here I can do a quick overlay saying this is when the last maintenance was done, please perform maintenance, and then you can, for example, use this lookup of the barcode and serial number to show the right manual, or even overlay the next steps. If I know where the barcode is located, I can use the barcode location with Scandit Matrix Scan to overlay detailed instructions over the screen, like which screws to open or which parts to pick to manipulate. Again, here we mentioned before, I just mentioned that with instructions. So I quickly I have a barcode. I might have different barcodes located in the product anyway, and I can use those to quickly show which manual you want to see. So you can quickly look at the manual, or you can quickly look at further instructions that are directly overlaid with augmented reality. And also, so far I talked a lot about employee-facing applications. So far I only talked to you about the great things we can do for people who work for you, but we can also do some great things for your customers. So for example, using our web SDK, you can have a web application where customers go on your website, and instead of logging for a claim, or for example here they want to have their microwave checked and repaired, they can quickly scan their serial number. Everything is digitally captured, and you can then make sure that the right equipment is with your field services worker. Again, I think you saw this one before. I'll go into more detail on B2C use cases in a sec once we finish the videos. And then, one second, I think there is a question. Oh, what's your pricing model? So now you got the wrong person on this call. I'm the technical advisor. I can help you with anything around use cases, or I can help you with anything around how to use our technology and implement it. For pricing inquiries, please reach out to go on our website and fill out an inquiry form there. Or I think if you leave your details with our Q&A chat, it's individual conversations. You can leave your details to be directly contacted by one of our sales to find out what's the pricing would be for you. In general, pricing in Scandit works per active device, so you can install our technology on 100 devices. If only 10 of them in a year scan, you only pay for those 10, and it's tiered pricing. If you want to know more, please reach out with your details on the Q&A chat. So last but not least, also a very important vertical of Scandit, especially in these days, is healthcare. So healthcare, what can we do here? Again, if you look at, we can connect and digitally capture interactions between carers, caregivers, patients, and any medications or products that are used with them. So just waiting for this to move a bit forward, we can start to quickly identify patients. So in many countries, like in the UK, you have wristbands with barcodes, GS1 encoded barcodes. So now you can scan those with any device that can be carried mobile by your staff. You can scan, identify the patient, and then, for example, see what medication should they get, what treatment should they get. You can directly register all of this digitally. So I'm Nurse Ben, I gave the patient a tablet of paracetamol at this point in time. All scanned, all digitally captured, all auditable. So very good also for public safety. We can also help you to quickly scan medication, register what you put on your trolley or what you handed out to certain patients. A big one at the moment for us, so we have a few projects where we do this for COVID testing, is handling of specimens. So we can quickly check all the barcodes on the specimen, even if it's really tiny printed, either show instructions of what to do with this or register ID information with that to have really nice error-free specimen handling. Then in the UK and US, we have use cases about blood bags. Blood bags have multiple barcodes that have all to be scanned. Again, instead of scanning them one by one, you can scan them all in one go and very quickly double check this is the right pack for the right patient. I mentioned this quickly before, so we also have an ID scanning capability. Let me just go quickly back here. So here we're using the barcode on the ID card. We do support barcode reading, and we support text-only reading from selected ID cards and passports. So for the Japanese market, we for sure support Japanese passports that you can scan. But we are working on this to enhance this capability to more different forms of ID. This does not only apply to healthcare, but would also apply, for example, in the retail space, for example, for tax-free shopping or any other use case where you need to capture passport information from a Japanese or another nationality. Again, we do text recognition, so even if you have no barcode, we can scan it and quickly help you to register that. You also might want to know, what do we already have? So a big issue in healthcare is often that you have too many things on your shelves, too much stuff reordered that you then have to throw away. So Scandit can help you to register all of those products very quickly and then also show you exactly which product to find. And because a lot of medication now has not just a product number encoded, but also expiry dates or batch numbers like this one, we can quickly show you which product to pick next, which product will expire next, so you should use it first. You can also show side effect information or other useful information. Again, using the Scandit SDK, you have control over your application and can use it for whatever you want to use it for. Now this concludes the videos I wanted to show you today. I focused on employee-facing use cases. We have a lot of B2C use cases as well. So one of the biggest for us in retail is, for example, self-scanning. So using everyday smartphones either provided at the entrance of a store or from the customers to enable them to walk through your store, scan products, look up information, or to directly buy the product. So there's a lot of things you can do with Scandit, and I am looking forward now to your questions, because now we are in Q&A time. So let me just double check what we have so far. I definitely saw one popping up here. Okay, very good question. So the question is, do you need internet access to use Scandit? I mentioned it briefly all the way at the start, but let me reiterate that. What makes Scandit technology unique is all of this works offline on the device. There is no cloud processing. We directly process all the scanning, all the detection locally on the device. So you do not have to share your data, do not have to send it over the internet somewhere. You have it all under your control in your hands what you want to do with it. And that also makes it so fast, because we don't have to wait for, sending it to a server, decoding it, sending it back, but because we do it all locally on the device, it's very fast and very reliable and very secure. Very good question. Thank you very much for that. Okay, there's a question coming up on some of our customers. Okay, so if you want to know a lot more about our reference customers, please again check the website. Let me actually quickly show that. So scandit.com/JP, or go, explore further our CEATEC website. We have a few reference customers. I think the one to mention mostly is Tokyo Hands in Japan. So they're using us for mobile point of sale and for customer information. We have a few more that we can talk with you about in more one-to-one conversations. So if you would like to know more, please reach out on the chat with your details so that our sales can get in touch with you and we can discuss this with you. If I look at, if you ask retail, we have some really strong references, and we had some recent webinars that I recommend you have a look at with Coop Denmark from Europe, who use self-scanning a lot. So all of their customers can go into any of their stores and do not have to wait for a till, but can directly shop on their phone. We have that also with Coop in Switzerland, and a few others. I think the other one, think about retail, because that was the question for references in retail. Another one I definitely want to mention is B2B or B2E gig economy style. So we have Instacart. Instacart is a big reference for us in the US. You might have seen they have thousands of pickers now buying goods for people from normal supermarkets. And they use our technology because they know that any device works. They do not have to think about, we're releasing a new update. Will this work? No, they know it works because they buy it from Scandit. There is a whole load of support workers, of engineers, of solutions consultants like myself that will help you to make your project, your idea a reality with our technology. And that is why people buy Scandit, for this level of service and reliability, for the great performance, and also the vision into the future of not just doing single scanning, but also matrix scanning and augmented reality. And as I alluded to, hopefully very soon, direct object recognition. Very good question. Thank you for that. So let's see. What else do we got? Pricing seems to be of a lot of interest. As I mentioned before, please reach out on the Q&A with your details, and our sales team will definitely reach out to you. Okay. Yes, for gig workers in post parcel. So in post and parcel, I think our references or big deployments are, I think the biggest one by users that I can talk about is definitely La Poste. There we go. Mixing up different clients here. There are just too many. So La Poste in France is using us on different devices for their postmen, so delivering parcels, delivering letters, so very large deployment. And, it's a big organization, government-owned organization. They're very happy with us. So it's a very big deployment. We're also live with one of our first customers that did this with us, Post NL, very good friends of us. We actually had a talk last year together on Post Parcel Expo World in Amsterdam. So they also use us for their postal delivery workers. And in the UK, we have big companies like Hermes and Yodel. And some of them are not just using single scan technology, but now also matrix scan technology to identify the right parcel in the van. So if you have a lot of parcels in your van and you want to go through them and find the one that you have to deliver next, they're using matrix scan technology with augmented reality overlays to do that. Good question. Thank you very much. Okay. So just as a reminder, you have the chat function. Ideally, please use the one on the CEATEC website, the Q&A chat on the CEATEC website. We got feedback that for some people that's not working perfect. So if that's not working for you, please use the YouTube live chat that you can also access via this live stream. Okay, since I talked about it. Follow-up question to that was, if I understand correctly, apologies, it's about the way on how you can deploy, especially for gig workers. So Scandit supports applications on the native level, so iOS or Android native, but especially if you have bring your own device deployments, like for gig workers or, for example, for B2C applications, we have a lot of clients who use mobile development frameworks. So mobile development frameworks allow you to develop one app that can then be deployed to a lot of different hardware platforms, iOS, Android, and some of them even still support Windows. So that makes your life a lot easier to work out the code and to maintain it. And Scandit supports a wide range of mobile development frameworks like Xamarin, Cordova, React Native is a very popular one recently, Titanium, we got Ionics, Accelerator, so there's quite a few. If you want to know more, go on our website, scandit.com/developers. And for some reason today, our subtitles today don't want to work properly. So it's scandit.com and then /developers. Well, I think you can figure it out. I'm pretty sure you can. And that's a very easy way. And that's how what quite a few of our customers do, is they use the mobile development framework to develop a very cost-effective app that can be used on any device that their end users bring to them. Okay, how long does it take to implement? That's a very good question. That's one of the questions I love. I would love to discuss that question directly with you, because it depends, of course. As a consultant, that's the standard answer. It always depends. If we are looking about adding Scandit single scanning, so one scan at a time, to your existing application, if you already have an application that runs on, most likely Android, if you use dedicated scanners, or maybe also on iOS if you use another scanning software, it is literally a place the Scandit library SDK into your app, compile it, and that's it. So from a pure technical implementation cost, that's a few hours, 4 to maximum 8 hours. And then you have to add your own Q&A, you add your own testing, and then usually we see a go live for single scanning of around 4 weeks, complete rollout. That is quite reasonable. We had clients that went live in a week. We had some that took a few months because of, the app was a bit more complicated and they had to figure out a few things in detail. It depends. Once we go for Scandit matrix scanning, it depends even more. It depends on how your app is currently built, how good your backend systems are as well, if they can surface information fast enough for augmented reality to work, or whether you have to do some local caching. The technical integration, again, is not the majority of it. We saw integrations where the technical part was done within a few hours. I think the fastest I saw was from an Apple engineer within 8 hours. Quite often, matrix scan needs extra time for your business, because matrix scan allows you to radically change how you work and how your workflows work. This re-engineering and the different user experience you design takes time. So usually matrix scan, if you ask me, most clients are around 2 to 3 months to build something, test it, and roll it out. Again, it depends on what you want to do. If we're doing a simple like search and find, that's an easy use case because you give it one barcode to look for, or 5, and the rest is done by the SDK. It gets more complicated if you do augmented reality overlays where you want to surface different information, have clickable elements, and so on. So please, if you would like to know more and discuss this in more detail, reach out in the Q&A chat with your details, or drop us an email or an inquiry on our website. All right, let me check. I have some good questions coming up. What's the size of the Scandit SDK? Again, that depends on which features you use. All our SDKs can be trimmed, so that's an app function to reduce it to only definitely the function that is needed, and we then come out at really just a few megabytes. So you can make some very lean applications with Scandit. Okay. Does Scandit provide implementation services? We do not. So Scandit is a technology company. We provide, I think, very comprehensive support via our support engineers, developers, and also our solutions consultants, so my colleagues and myself, to help you as much as we can in your implementation. That includes providing some very comprehensive samples, to provide some very fast turnaround for developer questions, and also quite hands-on support if you're hitting a snag. But you still would need either your own in-house developers or a third-party development company or system integrator to help you to build the actual application and to integrate it. That's for the SDKs. For the turnkey applications, so Enterprise Browser, Keyboard Wedge, you only need configuration, and you do get support from us with that. So if you have something you want to try out or do fast, those two might be an option for you. All right, let me quickly check the questions. And sorry, thank you for that question. Very good question. Let me see what's up next. Just as a reminder, if you're joining just now, please use either the live chat function on YouTube to ask a question, or use the CEATEC chat function, CEATEC chat function to ask a question right now. Okay, that's a very good one. How can you test Scandit? So Scandit, we want you to test our product a lot. And we trust and we believe in our product that we can give it to you and you will have a good experience when testing it. So there's different ways how you can test Scandit. You can go on the Google Play or the Play Store. App Store, that's the one I'm looking for, Apple App Store, and you can just search for Scandit Barcode Scanner Demo. There's a no strings attached free app that allows you to scan barcodes, text, and ID cards. So use that in your own store. Use that in your manufacturing plant. Use that in your van. Try it out and see how it works for you. We think it already works pretty well, but think about that this demo app is a good approximation of the best performance scanning can do, but Scandit can be adapted even more and to your use case. So use this as a medium level benchmark to see whether it's good enough for you. We also offer, once our sales have engaged with you, more enhanced demonstrations. So for example, the videos you saw today I actually recorded with Scandit trade show demo apps. So we can make these available for you to test more advanced use cases and workflows directly on your own barcodes and labels. So reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to support. Also, if you're tech savvy, if you're a technical integrator and an independent software vendor that really knows how to do tech, go on our developer website so scandit.com/developers, and you can download a free, sorry, the subtitles are just very entertaining. You can download a free trial. It's 30 days, no strings attached. We just need your email to register. And you can try us out with all the features. The only limitations to the real production version is that you have to be online to start the scanner. That's just a safety measure for us. Once you have a production license key, or if you speak with us and tell us, I really need a license that works offline to test, we can arrange that for you. Good question. Thank you. There's another integration question. Okay, that's also a really interesting one. So integration connection with ERP. As I mentioned before, Scandit supplies you a technology development kit. So the integration itself has to be done either by the software vendor you buy your software from, or with the help of a technical personnel. Now, for quite a few ERP and backend systems, Scandit already did integrations in the past. So while we cannot deliver you an out-of-the-box integration, we can advise you on how to do it best. So for example, for SAP, we did a lot of integrations with them already before because it's a very well-known ERP system. And we, for example, directly support the different SAP cloud application, mobile cloud application frameworks. So either with Cordova for the hybrid app toolkit, or directly with native SDK for the SAP cloud mobile platform, I think is the name, SDKs. So, or if you have a Fiori app, either whether you're using that with a web backend or with a mobile backend, we have the technology to easily integrate that with Scandit. So please reach out to us, reach out to our trusty salespeople to find out more about that, and we'll do our best to inform you on how to integrate this. Very fast and very reliable. Thank you for the question. All right, so we have 7 more minutes. Ooh, we're running out of questions. Oh, don't leave me hanging, please. What would you like to know about Scandit technology? Maybe something about B2C use cases or B2B. So we are already used in B2B, for example, self-service in warehouses. So if you're, for example, someone who does repair works, you can go into a shop, pick out the right products, or get advised on which is the right product for your job, pick that off the shelf, scan it, check out, and not having to queue up or wait for someone to provide assistance. Okay. Let me just double check the chat. If you have questions you would like to have answered, please have a look at, please go either to the YouTube live chat or go to the CEATEC chat function to let us know. Okay, let me do one last check with the team. No, it looks like there's no questions at the moment. If you have them, please use the chat function. Reach out to us. Here's again the Scandit website. And let us know. We will have another live stream tomorrow where I'll show, again, a few demos first. And then we will have a Q&A session like today. So if you have some questions that you didn't get answered today and you want to ask tomorrow, just join us. I think today we finished the general presentation around 40 past. So if you join us toward the second half of the live stream, if you have questions only, that's a good time to ask the question live. With that, I'm Benjamin Hempel. I'm a solutions consultant for Asia Pacific for Scandit, the leading mobile computer vision company for the modern enterprise. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and maybe I'll see you again tomorrow. Also, last but not least, we will be part of the pitchinar of the CEATEC Association on Thursday. So I hope also I will see you there for our pitch. With that, arigatou gozaimasu, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.